Well, as we've been reporting here on the More Show, Celine Dion has been forced to cancel now 9 shows due to some serious throat issues. The reason for the cancellation stemmed from an acute inflammation and swelling in the muscles adjacent to her vocal cords. And after being examined by her physicians, it was determined that she'll require further rest in order to get a full recovery. So what does this all exactly mean? This is more extensive than we've seen in the past. To give us some insight on Celine's recovery is Vegas vocal coach Madeline Campbell. How are you?
I'm just great this morning.
Oh, well, I'm so glad you could join us because
Yes.
a lot of people, you know, fans come, they want to see somebody. Celine is the consummate professional.
She certainly is.
Never would cancel unless it was doctor's orders.
No.
But this is very serious because it's not like having a sore throat. If you continue to strain the muscle, she could alter her voice permanently, correct?
Well, that could happen. You know, artists, and specifically like Celine Dion, that do shows night after night after night, they're under a lot of stress, and that's a lot of adrenaline that you put out to an audience, which you have to recreate it over and over. And she is a full throttle energy. She loves her audience. She's always there with the audience. So what can happen if you've got that on stage, and who knows what's going on in people's private lives, and that's all tension and stress. So if an individual is not, you know, maybe there's a lot of other things going on. You have to, I see in your earlier segment you were talking about nutrition, and I see that you have this wonderful water.
Yeah.
Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. We live in the desert.
And they do have, there is such a thing as the Vegas throat that everyone talks about.
There is, and that Vegas throat can not only come from lack of water, but drinking too much coffee, maybe having more than 1 glass of wine or so, because this is connective tissue, and it will dry out. If you're performing, you almost have to become like a nun. You know, you're in the convent, because this is your instrument.
Sure.
This is it. So if your body's not in alignment, singers are very much into having massages, you know,
humidifiers, all the tea.
Humidifiers are important. You want to have cool mist because it doesn't create the bacteria in the air that a hot mist would do. And we have some wonderful humidifiers out now that have the ultraviolet light that helps to purify the water.
And this is advice you give to anybody, whether you're, I mean, Celine's level or singing in your church choir or your school choral group.
Exactly.
It's the same thing. I mean, if people who want to sing, you've got to take care of this. And like you said, all the things we know are healthy for our body are also healthy for our throat.
We're vocal athletes.
Yes.
We're vocal athletes. And you have to, I know in my career, I would get up in the morning, if there was a little tickle, it was a little like, uh-oh, what's going on
Did you do
here?
the honey with tea? Does that work? Or?
Well, you can do that. There are a lot of things that you can do. First and foremost, an individual needs to have a very good, solid technique and understand their voice so that you're using good support.
Right?
You're singing from the diaphragm.
I took my vocal lessons back in the day. It didn't work. It didn't work. I should have
So you have to sound, you know, a little like, you know, Santa Claus or something, or Julia Child, you know. But you have to have that good resonance and placement. And when a student comes into me, I don't care where they are in there, if they're beginner, semi-professional, professional, I do a very extensive evaluation. I can tell how a person speaks if there's something going on in the throat. There are people that sort of sit on the sound. I have lawyers that come to me to work, you know, for being better in the courtroom.
Sure.
I have people that are just basically shy in their profession. They want to get it out and project it more, not that they're going to go out and compete with Celine.
And you were saying there's some people, of course, God-given talent like Celine, that's a gift, and there's people who are tone deaf, but there's a lot of people in the middle, and you can always improve, right? I mean, everybody can sing.
Yes.
It's just not going to make a career out of it, right?
No, that's true. And singing is elongated speech. So if you can talk, yes, you can sing. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to get a paycheck.
I know. I was given the sad news long ago. It's all right.
But look what you're doing.
Yeah, that's right.
You're singing on Channel 5.
It's just like being on Broadway.
Yes, it is. You're the morning bird of 5.
There we go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And your website, people have information about, you have classes and everything, right?
I do. I do private classes. I do workshops. It's called Tuning Your Chassis. I go all over the United States, and I work with artists, not only singers, but pianists, dancers, because there's a psychological component. I also work with singers. I have what I call integrated voice.
Okay.
And I'm a master hypnotherapist, so I train them to relax, work on certain issues. If they're flying on the the plane,
Yep.
and they want to be able to sleep, you know, they can put themselves into a nice relaxed state.
Very
Flying
good.
on a plane is very, you know, the humidity is
That's
like
right.
3 or 4%. So drink
Water.
a bottle.
Look at this.
Water,
Real water's gonna love you, honey.
Well, I get real water.
They're going to
I
get a
love
sponsor
it.
to you. Marlene, thank you so much.
You're most welcome.
Can you like say over to you, Jay? Over to you, Jason. Sing it.
Over to you, Jason.
Very good, very good. Thank you. I feel so honored.